Good morning to the class. Today we are going to learn about the structure of the atom. So in this chapter, initially first we have to know about the atoms and what are their subatomic particles. In previous class we already learned about the subatomic particles like negatively charged particles and positively charged particles and electrically neutral particles also. So we already know what are the negatively charged particles in the atom. So negatively charged particles are electrons and positively charged particles are protons, and the electrically neutral particles are nothing but neutrons. So these three are the subatomic particles of the atom here. So here we have to know how these subatomic particles will be coexist in an atom, means how these subatomic particles will be placed inside the atom. And so all these subatomic particles will be how they placed in the atom, and not only that, why in an atom of one element different from the other atoms also, means so all the structures of the atom will be same or not, we have to know here. Means in this chapter we have to learn about how all the atoms will be, means what is the structure of the atom and why they are different from one to each other. That is the information we have to get from this chapter. So to answer all these questions here, we have to understand the nature of the light and colored flames and their characteristics also. So here means, so to know about the structure of the atom, here to know about the structure of the atom and why all the subatomic particles, how the all subatomic particles will be placed in the atom, and why the structures of the atom will be different from one to another, we have to know here. So to get the answers for these questions, we have to know about the nature of the light here first. So nature of the light means, here we have to know what is the wavelength of light and what is the frequency and what is their characteristics also. So here, if you observe the rainbow, we find the colors spreading continuously, and the intensity of each color varies from one point to another. So after in the mainly in the rainy season, after the rain, we can be able to see some rainbows here. So in the rainbows, if you observe, we are getting to see 7 colors. Those are the Vibjar colors we already learned in the previous class. So those are violet, red, blue, green, yellow, orange. These are the 7 colors we should find in rainbow. So if we observe the rainbow, we find the colors spreading continuously and their intensities. So here intensities means the brightness of the colors. So in these rainbow colors also, some colors will be, we can able to observe, some colors will be little bit bright intensity, means brightness. The color have the more brightness. Some colors we can able to see with the more brightness, and some will be we can able to see with little bit less brightness, means that the less brightness or more brightness will be nothing but called as the intensity. So if we observe the rainbow, we find the color spreading continuously and the intensity of each color varies from one point to another. So not only these different intensities of colors, but also the sound waves also produced when something vibrates. So if you observe the sound waves also, so sound waves, how we can get the sound waves? Whenever anything, any object or anything will be getting vibrates, we can able to listen some sound waves. So sound waves, light waves, so these two will be transfers, means travels in the form of waves. So whenever we are talking about whenever here we are discussing about the waves, here we have to know about the characteristics of the wave. So mainly the waves have two important characters. Those are the wavelength and frequency. What are the two important characters? Those are wavelength and frequency. So if we in the same way, electromagnetic waves are produced when an electric charge vibrates. If in the same way, electromagnetic waves are produced when an electric charge vibrates. When a vibrating electric charge means an electron. So here, vibrating electrical charge, what is that vibrating electrical charge? Is nothing but an electron. Whenever the electron will be starts to move from one place to another, it will get some vibrations. Because of that vibrations only, we can able to get some changes in the electrical field. So whatever the change will be there in the electrical field, because of that electrical field only, again it will create some change in the magnetic field. Means whenever the some charged particle will be starts to get changes, starts to create the change in the magnetic field, automatically electric field also will be getting changes. According to that, some magnetic field also will be getting changes in the same field. So electrical field and magnetic field will be both will be changes according to them. So the changing in electrical field creates a change in magnetic field. This process will be continuous with both the created fields being perpendicular to each other at right angles to the direction of propagation to the wave. So finally we came to understand the light which is visible to us is an electromagnetic wave, and the speed of light is nothing but 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second, or we can be able to write this one 3 into 10 power 8 meter second. So this 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second is nothing but the speed of the light. Here mainly we have to know the two important characteristics of the electromagnetic wave is wavelength and frequency. So what is the meaning of wavelength? Every electromagnetic wave two important characters, those are the wavelength and the frequency. So the wavelength is nothing but the wavelength of the wave is the distance from one wave peak to the another one, the distance between the wave peak to the next one. And the frequency, what is the meaning of frequency? Frequency of a wave is simply the number of waves, how many number of waves we can able to get per one unit time. Frequency is the number of waves, how many we can get per one unit time is called as the frequency. The frequency expressed in units of reciprocals of the seconds, means we can write this one as the 1 by s. Here s means seconds. So frequently we can write the frequency as in the reciprocal of seconds, means 1 by s we can write. So the relation between this wavelength and the frequency can be given by lambda is always directly proportional to 1 by mu. So here lambda, what is the meaning of lambda? The wavelength of the electromagnetic wave will be taken as the lambda, and it is always directly proportional to 1 by mu. Here mu is nothing but the frequency of the electromagnetic wave. So we can write this one as again C is equal to mu lambda, or lambda will be always directly proportional to 1 by mu. So this relation we can apply for all the waves, not only for electromagnetic wave, we can write for all the waveforms. So this entire range of frequencies is also known as the electromagnetic spectrum. Rainbow is the best example to know about the visible electromagnetic spectrum. So spectrum, here what is the meaning of spectrum? Spectrum is nothing but the wide range of colors of different intensities. So here you see each color is in rainbow is characterized by the wavelength from red to violet color. So if you observe the rainbow, maximum we can see the colors in between violet to red only. In between we can able to see the remaining colors also. The range of wavelength covering red color to violet color is called the visible spectrum. So whatever the colors we can see in this visible spectrum in between red to violet is called as the visible spectrum. So in the electromagnetic spectrum we are able to see not only the visible spectrum, so before the visible spectrum and after the visible spectrum also we have some lights, but those light waves we are not able to see with our direct eyes. So you can see now the entire range of wavelength is known as the electromagnetic spectrum, and it consists of a continuous range of wavelength of gamma rays at shorter wavelengths. So means the gamma rays have the shorter wavelengths and to radio waves at the longer wavelength, but our eyes are sensitive only to the visible light or visible spectrum, means the UV rays and IR rays. So here UV rays are nothing but the ultraviolet rays and IR rays means nothing but the infrared rays. So here we have to understand these ultraviolet rays and IR rays. IR rays means infrared rays. So these we are not able to see with our direct eyes. So in between whatever the visible light is there, means red to violet, these colors only we can able to see with the direct eyes, so this should be called as the visible spectrum. And what are the colors, what are the light waves we are not able to see directly, that will be there in the electromagnetic spectrum. So those wavelengths and those frequencies of lights we are not able to see directly. So finally we came to understand the UV rays and IR rays having the shorter wavelength and longer wavelength are not visible to our eyes. So this is about the electromagnetic spectrum. And in the next class we will learn about the different different structures of the atoms given by different physicists. Thank you.